one of the cool ways to hedge is you sell half once you're in profit, and you're happy because you're in profit already. You got your initial investment back, you're in profit, and you still have half left. So whether it goes up or whether it goes down, then at that point, if it goes down, you can buy some more. And now you bought at a lower price, right? So like you reinvest and you buy at a lower price. Or if it goes up, then you can just sell again. Maybe you sell half again when it goes up higher.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's a cool way to play kind of both sides. And again, be happy no matter what. I think that's the goal when you're investing.
Super emotional.
Yeah. So just find a way to systemize.
So let's get your take right now. Is there a play to get some profits right now? Like be able to come in, get some of these coins, one of them. What would you do right now if I gave you $1,000? All right.
Cool.
We're live.
We're live. Let's dive into a crypto market update. So we have Bitcoin is at 91,372.60 cents.
Jeez.
It's up 1.88% in the last 24 hours, 19.6% up in the last 7 days. Ethereum market cap is 1,807 billion. Ethereum number 2, it's at 3,179. Market cap is at 382 billion. Tether third, Solana fourth at 216, BNB at 629. Holy, at $90 billion market cap. Ripple XRP is up 32% in the last 24 hours, 110% up in the last 7 days. It's at $1.15. This was at, let's see, 7 days ago, it was at 56 cents. So that's literally more than double. XRP. Yep. Dogecoin is number 7 at 37 cents, up 78% in the last 7 days, 54 billion market cap. USDC stablecoin, number 8, Cardano ADA, 76 cents. It's at number 9. Tron is number 10 at 20 cents, up 28% in the last 7 days. Tron could potentially be a sleeper. It's one of the more stable ones. And we have Shiba Inu, at number 11. That'll be the honorary one, 11th. It's up 28% in the last 7 days, 14 billion market cap.
So I have a question just from that. So you have more experience in crypto. The number one thing I'm thinking as you're saying all of this is, which one can I buy and is it going to still go up? So can you speak about, do you think this bull run still has legs where, what's a considerable investment that you think, oh yeah, that probably has some room?
So technically everything has room.
Bitcoin is on its way to 100, right?
I'll tell you,
is everything pegged on that?
I'll tell you the way that I think of it.
Yeah.
I think of coins and buying coins and the potential upside as by the market cap. So for example, Bitcoin is $1.8 trillion of market cap. So, dude, this stresses me out here, seeing the timer go off. You want to put it here? So the basically 1.8 trillion is the highest market cap from Bitcoin. So everything underneath it I see as having the potential to get to a 1.8 trillion market cap, right? This is how I personally think of it. So
with no timeline, just in general, it can maybe get there
right now. So if it were to skyrocket, the highest it could possibly get to is 1.8 trillion. Way not likely, but that's kind of what I use as like the ceiling.
And I think something important that we talked about off camera is you said that stocks is typically only being bought by U.S. citizens, people from other countries. I think you said something about crypto is any single person can buy it all over the world.
Yeah. So stocks.
Can you just summarize that?
Yeah. So stocks are, it's harder to buy stocks than it is to buy crypto anywhere on the planet. So crypto being decentralized, you can be in any country. You just have to have a wallet, right? Which some wallets are centralized. You have to like sign up, and you have to like provide your address and a bank account
and a photo ID, right? Things like that.
Things like that.
And an example of
that's for us in the US, like
Coinbase, Robinhood, Kraken.
Yeah, Kraken. That's
a
funny name.
And I don't know if there's other ones. So now, what's the best decentralized way to do it?
So decentralized way to do it. I don't know, to buy Bitcoin. I have no idea. No idea. That's like, how does somebody buy it in a different country? I don't know. But technically,
for another video, we will figure out how to do it.
Be able to buy it. Yep.
Okay, sweet. And then you buy it, and then you've moved it from online to a hard digital wallet, right?
Yeah. So basically, the whole thing with crypto is that if you buy it and you're holding it inside of Coinbase, for example, Coinbase can literally just
belly up,
shut down tomorrow, or they could deactivate your account.
Bank free, right? FTX.
Like that. Exactly. And
all those
people
don't
have it.
Yeah, everyone's money was
right.
Gone.
So technically, the whole point of crypto is like you own your assets, right? It's not in control of a third party. So if you have your crypto inside of an exchange or anything, it's technically not really in your hands.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like in a bank. yeah. It's in the bank, right? So if you move it offline to a cold wallet, then technically at that point, right, anything can happen. Like the internet could shut off tomorrow, but you still have your crypto in cyberspace because you have the codes. It's not on an exchange somewhere. It's like offline. So it's the hardest to steal or hack into, but it's the easiest to lose too.
It's funny. That just gives me, it's such a cool, reminds me of being a pirate or back in the Wild Wild West, where you actually you had something so valuable that people would hide it, or how do I hide this? Because isn't the thing is, now you took it off, no one can hack you or take it, but then it's, okay, you cannot lose this thing because on there it could be potentially millions of dollars or hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? So that's the only scary part is, do not lose it.
It's funny because it almost seems like that's why banks were invented in the first place, because this is the equivalent of stashing your cash underneath your mattress.
Well, that was my analogy.
Shoebox, like, which that's what you're doing. And so banks were most likely created. So you're like, I don't want to have this in my house. Let me leave it with this trusted third party, and I can just go and get whatever I need whenever I need it. So, but in terms of just the market in general, it's crazy up. And I know that you recently sold some of your holdings. You want to talk a little bit about like, why did you choose to sell when, in my opinion, I was like, gee, like, I feel like we're just getting started.
Yeah. So,
and there's room to run still.
So I personally don't know this market as well as Ivo does, right?
And I'm not an expert by any means. Okay. I just have been in it for some years.
Yeah. So we're heavily biased, so this is not investment advice. We are not financial advisors.
Investment advice. Period.
So do not do anything that we're about to say. But I don't know this as well as you do. So when I asked you, hey, it's happening, I checked and Bitcoin hit like an all-time high. So I asked you, do you think things are about to rip and it's finally the moment that I had been waiting for a few years, which was Bitcoin's going to hit all-time highs, which would lead to altcoins and everything else technically just starting to move up, because that I really don't know. You do know, or you have your ideas and why.
Yeah.
Which is any financial expert. It's all just this is what I believe and this is how I follow. So by no means.
And I don't even I don't even consider myself like somebody that knows a lot about crypto or anything. Like I just know that I've been in it. For a long time, and so I know certain things that when somebody's just getting started, to them they're probably like, whoa, that's a lot. But to me, I just feel like, well, I mean,
I guess
I don't know that much
for a better,
in my opinion.
Well, it's like business. Anybody can break down the most complex business, the most simple business of I made $100 to I make billions of dollars and I'm on Wall Street. Business fundamentals are so simple. So this is the same thing for trading. It's really up to interpretation. So there's no difference in experts and okay. So
fair enough.
So I value your opinion. So you told me, hey, I think this is what's going to happen. Here's what happened last time. And based on,
I gave you Fibonacci levels.
Yeah, all that stuff you told me. All the when you watch videos and people have lines and they look super cool. you gave me reasons as to why Bitcoin's going to potentially still really go higher, and I said, okay, awesome. I'll take that information, and then I put it through my lens, which was last time this happened. I was camping, and I just had Doge and I had Litecoin, and for Doge specifically, it was Elon going on SNL. I'm camping. I wake up and I'm looking at it and I go, holy crap. My $5,000 is $15,000. I'm going to wait till this thing rips. Tomorrow I'll do it, or the next day.
Yeah.
And that was just, again, I know that stocks, all business really is, a lot of it has to do with emotion. So I had no other knowledge other than, all right, I know that right now this is going to be super hype, lots of emotions, people are going to pour in money, and I thought, oh, it'll rip for another few days and I can sell it. I never had that chance again. From that moment that I saw it hit that 15,000, that was the peak. So when it happened this time, I saw Bitcoin kind of going down, and I thought, again, this might happen. And I just went with my gut, which was, if this is the top, I want to cut my losses because I want cash back so that I can make a better investment, either again back into crypto, something into real estate. But the money I got back ended up being $18,000. So to me, that's a considerable sum of money. And right now I'm looking at Litecoin and Doge, and they've gone up a little bit. So I could have been up plus $2,000 to $4,000 from what I sold it at about 2 or 3 days ago. But I'm quite content because for the first time I executed a profitable crypto trade. So I went in and I sold, and I have realized gains. And so I thought, even just that practice of doing that and biting my lip and going, fudge, I didn't even want to check it right now because I know it's going up. But I think it's such a cool experience and exercise. Just say, hey, I don't know the market that well. Let's hedge my risk. And I sold, and I have $18,000 back. So I'm quite content.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So it is a good practice to be able to basically not be greedy, take what the market is giving you in that moment without trying to speculate and fantasize about what it could potentially get to.
Yeah.
You're like, this is what it's at right now. And when you choose to sell in that moment, I think it's a great, like you said, like muscle to exercise. And also, it's, in my opinion, it's a practice of gratitude, bro. It's like a very spiritual thing where you're not letting your greed win, and you're saying, you know what, I'm in gratitude for what I have, instead of for being just greedy and wanting more.
Yeah.
Right. So I think it's a really cool thing to be able to say, I'm going to sell here regardless of what happens. I'm going to be happy no matter what. And then you can just kind of move on and focus to the next play.
No, heck yeah. And I think one awesome tangible piece of advice that we can take here is, I did this move, which is I took everything and sold everything. I think you in the past have done, you sell enough to cover your original investment and some profits, and you still have some in, so that if it keeps running up, you have still upside, right? And that might be a really great strategy for anyone trying to do this, is buy in, and then once you see profits, get your investment back, maybe some extra profit, but leave some in there, right? That's like such a great idea. I
like selling usually like half.
Okay,
right?
I'll say you do half.
That's kind of like a simple way to do it, where it's like, okay, if you're in it with crypto, the potential is so high that when you win, sometimes you win big.
Yeah.
You're in profit. You're in a lot of profit. So one of the cool things I started doing was, instead of just me trying to, I was driving myself crazy, just trying to time and selling, at the highest, and you just go to sleep and you're anxious and you have anxiety because you could wake up at 4 a.m. and it's tanked, which I would literally wake up, with my heart pounding and just be checking. So one of the cool ways to hedge is you sell half once you're in profit, and you're happy because you're in profit already. Mm-hmm. You got your initial investment back, you're in profit, and you still have half left. So whether it goes up or whether it goes down, then at that point, if it goes down, you can buy some more. And now you bought at a lower price, right? So like you reinvest and you buy at a lower price. Or if it goes up, then you can just sell again. Maybe you sell half again when it goes up higher.
Yeah.
And so to me, it's a cool way to play kind of both sides. And again, be happy no matter what. I think that's the goal when you're investing.
Super emotional.
Yeah. So just find a way to systemize.
So let's get your take right now. Is there a play to get some profits right now? Like be able to come in, get some of these coins, one of them. What would you do right now if I gave you $1,000?
So if you gave me $1,000, I mean, this is for me, this is just purely my opinion and thoughts, right? Is that for me personally, like if my whole, it's like, what is your goal with crypto, or what is your goal, right? Like what's your financial goal?
Yeah.
So in this case, like you have $1,000 and what do you want to do with it?
I want to take as much risk as possible because I'm willing to lose it. But if we're on a bull cycle, things are going up. So let's try to get me the highest return in the shortest time.
So you want to hit a home run.
Yeah. I'm exactly.
Like you're willing to lose this $1,000.
100%.
Then at that point, what I would do is I would go on a CoinMarketCap. I would start looking at the different coins and I would start looking at the market cap. So this is what I was talking about, that if you have a coin or a token that's a low market cap, in order to double your investment, it needs to double in size by market cap.
Got it.
The lower the market cap, theoretically, the higher it can go.
Yeah.
So let's just do an example, right? I'm going on CoinMarketCap, and although I feel like that's just such a this is a terrible way to do it because you're just gambling.
Okay, well,
but I guess people gamble.
Well, because I think this is fun. Then I wanted to ask, what's your strategy that's a little bit more long term, and then we can go into why it's okay to still buy right now that it's high, or should you just wait because everything's going to crash again, right? It has to. This is the cycle.
I mean, at some point, crypto in the past has always crashed. Like we just don't know, but so far it's been the same pattern 4 years at a time since the inception of Bitcoin. So basically, if you have $1,000 and you're just like, I'm willing to lose this, I would just go on CoinMarketCap, start looking at the coins that are kind of lower market cap, and I would just try and choose one. I'm a fundamentals in type investor. I like to see that it's not just like a random meme coin, like, you know, which you could do, but I like to see there's some traction behind it. I like to see that there's something of like some sort of value proposition, something unique about it, a community behind it. I go a lot off the founders as well. Like if the founder is well respected, if they've done other projects, if they've done something else successfully, then I like to think that person has more experience and they're more likely to succeed in this project that they're doing now.
Got it.
Right. So it's a lot of like founder based.
May I throw in?
Yeah, go for it.
How the market cap doubles. So I asked ChatGPT to explain this to me like I'm 6. So basically, the market cap. This is what it said. Imagine you have a collection of 10 toy cars. This is to explain what is the market cap.
Okay, cool.
Each toy car is worth $1. If you want to know how much an entire collection is worth, you'll add up the value of all the cars. 10 cars, $1 each. The total is $10, right? So each share, what it's worth, multiplied by all the shares that there is, that's how you get that market cap. Yeah. So how does that double? So the price, there's like 2 ways. The quantity doubles or the price doubles. With most of these, it's the price doubles.
It's the price, yeah.
So basically it becomes more valuable. And let's just say that original example, that toy car is now worth $2. So now the total market cap has just doubled. It's now $20.
Yeah.
So just in case anybody needed that.
Right. Cool. So yeah, basically it's all about the price doubling. So let's just take your pick on a coin. Let's just do like an example.
I think pick XRP, Tron, Doge, right? Or are you picking a different
Let's just do Doge, because I know a lot of people are into Doge, and
this has at least some decent track record, built by a great team.
It's been around for a long time,
and right now it's so widely adopted. that this long term has legs and short term.
It could potentially be one of the winners.
We've even said it might replace the dollar. No, just
No, definitely not. But yeah, so let's just do Doge as an example. So Doge right now is 37 cents. The market cap is $54 billion. Mm-hmm. So that means all of the Dogecoin that exists, all of the entire supply of Dogecoin is worth 54 billion, mm-hmm. which makes the price 37 cents. So if the price of of Doge gets to, in order to double, it would need to get to 74 cents.
Yeah.
Okay. So if it gets to 74 cents, the market cap is going to be $110 billion. Okay.
Okay.
So if it gets to 110 billion, what place is it going to be? Doge is going to go from 7th to 4th place. Right? Mm-hmm. So if it's in 4th place at 100 billion in market cap, in order to double, it has to go to 200 billion. Mm-hmm. To get to 200 billion, its price would be at what? Like $1.40, $1.40, let's just say. Uh-huh. $1.40 at 200 billion market cap, which would make it be in 3rd place, right? Next to Ethereum. So from there, if it's going to double again, it would have to go to 400 billion market cap, which would put its price around $2.80, almost $3, let's just say. Right? So it'd be at $3 and its market cap would be 400 billion, which would be in 2nd place. So, so that's how you start seeing the limit of Dogecoin, right? It's like,
because you go
after that, how much higher how many times can it double?
Got it.
Before it's just not even likely, because that's the limit, because 1.8 trillion is the limit in terms of the market cap right now. So let's just say if it goes from 37 cents to $3, that would almost be a 10x, or let's just say it's almost a 10x. So theoretically, Dogecoin from here could 10x to be 2nd place behind Bitcoin at a $400 billion market cap. These are all just rough kind of numbers.
Got it.
But that's how it would do it. So how likely is it for Dogecoin to get to 400 billion? To 10x? Who knows? But let's just go way down the list, right? Mm-hmm. Let's say you're researching the tokens, and you're researching the team and the founder and everything, and you find one that is, let's just go like way down. You find one that's Decentraland, Mana, let's just say, right? Mm-hmm. So this is like a virtual reality, I think, like real estate and virtual reality, if I remember correctly. It's 800 million market cap, right? Mm-hmm. So, 800 million. So to double, it would have to get to 1.6 billion. Mm-hmm. To 10x, it would have to get to 8 billion. So let's just say you're going for a 10x play, and you are going to bet that Decentraland, in order to 10x, it has to get to 10 billion, which how many more coins are at 10 billion or higher? A lot more, right? So let's just say, let me go back here. So if it were going to 10x, 8 billion, that'd still be pretty high up. It would need to get to 19th place to be at 10x of your investment. So it would have to be replace Litecoin right now. So you can see how that one has more room technically to run than like a Dogecoin to 10x. It's easier for that to 10x to get from 800 million to 8 billion than it is to get from 54 billion to 500 billion. Mm-hmm. Did that make sense? Or was that super confusing?
No, that was good. I'm slightly lost, but
dude, I don't know who I am anymore.
To me, the hardest part of that is the guess that it can double. So this is really just giving you an idea and a set of parameters to say it can move around here. This is how much risk it would be, because the likelihood of that happening, then you can kind of gauge and say, okay, this could happen, or that's never going to happen.
Yes.
I'll never get a 10x return. Why would I invest in this one? Right?
At least you do it. But to me, that's the worst way you could possibly choose anything. Like to be like, I have 1,000, I want a 10x it. To me, that's the absolute, like I would never do that unless I'm literally just trying for pure fun to just gamble.
No, but I'm saying you could go in it based on, okay, my investment is with $1,000 outside of this, it'll take me 6 months to make 4,000 out of it. And like what I'm saying is you could look at it that way, right? Or is this worth a 2x return, 3x, a 4x, a 10x? Like which one is worth your time? Because I personally want to do something where there's a much higher return, like a Bitcoin. It's a much higher price point, but I thought, okay, well, if I save up, right now it's 80 grand. Let's just say I hope it grows to 50,000. So let's just say I keep saving up until I have enough to buy it at 50,000.
You mean if the price goes down and, and it's 50?
Let's just say I'm betting that it's going to eventually crash again, and hopefully I get that chance that it goes to 50. I think my investment is better placed in Bitcoin because that Bitcoin from 50,000 I think can get to 300,000 or something like that versus a coin like that to get to number 2 closer to that market cap. Yeah. That one's too hard for me to extrapolate and think, and could it do it, right?
Well, that's fundamentally what investing is, because you're trading risk. That's literally, you just described risk to reward.
Thank you.
Yeah. So if you're going to go with something that's more known, that more people already invest in, that institutional investors invest in, that people that are really smart are accumulating and buying, and there's ETFs now. Yeah. There's less risk in buying it because it's already more adopted. And so the returns are lower, but there's less risk. So it's a lower risk, lower reward. Whereas a coin that's relatively unknown, it's very high risk but very high reward.
Yeah.
So that's always that's always what you're kind of trying to choose. And I think one of the interesting things in terms of investing, or really speculating as well, which is your own risk profile. That's something that's really personal to each person, is what's your risk? What's your tolerance for risk?
I think this is super cool, because if you've never traded, I don't know if you can think back to the first time you ever made some kind of trade.
Yeah.
I bought maybe $200 worth of some random stocks.
For me, it was Bitcoin.
It was Bitcoin?
That was the first time I ever took money and like bought some sort of asset.
Okay. Well, can you say how much you spent? I only spent 200, but what I'm saying is
300.
Okay, I saw it dip. I sold it because I thought, oh my gosh, I'm losing all my money.
Yeah.
I lost like $80, $90, got some back, and then it took me a few months and then maybe even a year until I ever actually was able to say,
let me try this.
I'm gonna put $500. I'm gonna put $500 into one stock and then another 1,000 into another stock, right? And that took a bit. So the emotional roller coaster of it is pretty freaking crazy. So if you've never done a trade, take $10, $100, and just experience that, because it is kind of a wild ride when you first do it. You're really losing over sleep, and it's it's nothing. Dude, right? It's crazy.
It's crazy how your emotions are activated the moment that you buy
anything,
something
like
that's like real, like you're taking real money and buying something and you see the price go up and down. It's something that you cannot replicate in any other way other than just doing it and just getting to experience that.
Well, it's like real money, and
it's intense, bro. Like the psychology and the emotions around money, as a society, this would be interesting. I wonder if there's certain countries that would be more or less affected emotionally, but at least everyone that I've ever known and talked to as an American, honestly, I don't know. This would be interesting because America is very money focused. And so the majority of people that I've talked to about stocks and things like this, and that I've even heard, they're mostly American usually. So there might be some differences too.
I can only speak to, I think getting desensitized to The heck was that? I think
That was a great
that was a good transition. I think getting desensitized to the concept of money is a great idea. To me, it's a game. Even like with business, it's once you start dealing with bigger numbers, it's kind of funny that if you can just say, hey, this is just numbers on a spreadsheet, I'm just moving things around.
Yep.
It's a lot easier. Somebody, I forgot what famous person interned for someone, and he told him, here's a $10,000, have this in your pocket every day. And he was like, I can't, oh my gosh, what if I lose it? That's 10,000.
Daniel Priestley? Did you watch this with Daniel Priestley?
I might have been that. Is that him?
And well, I know Daniel Priestley, his boss told him, here's $1,000. I want you to carry this in your pocket.
Was that
every single day?
Okay, you might know this story better. What's the point? Can you kind of summarize and then do the point?
Yeah, so Daniel Priestley, he was an intern and he started working for this really wealthy business owner. And because he grew up not having a lot of money and he was in university, hadn't really had a job, to him, he had a scarcity mindset around money.
Yep.
And he always felt like he didn't have any money. He's going to lose it. There's so many emotions around money. And so his boss told him, hey, I'm going to give you $1,000. I want you to literally put it in your pocket and carry it everywhere you go. So all of a sudden you start just becoming desensitized to what $1,000 is, because you're always carrying $1,000. So after a while, $1,000 doesn't feel like that much money, because you just are used to always having that in your pocket. So there's this weird desensitized process that happens, desensitization process that happens by just having it at all times.
And that's why I think it's funny, because I watch a lot of these things and I've gotten lucky to have some of this experience already. But for trading, I think a super valuable concept is start doing this as soon as you can, so that concept gets instilled in you, and you can, like me, it went from a few $100s, $500, thousands of dollars. My last one was like a multiple, like tens of thousands of dollars into one thing. And that was, I was shaking after.
Yeah.
But I just went, oh, let's do it.
Takes a lot out of you.
Yeah. I was shaking. And then right now.
Were you nervous when you were selling recently?
Yeah. Even recently I was, where you're kind of.
That first trade?
I'm trying to log in and I'm thinking, oh, it's dipping. And then I'm waiting before I execute the trade, and I see the numbers and it's going back up, and I'm thinking, okay. It could go up a few more cents. Let me wait. Let me see. No, it dipped. Okay, no, just sell it. Okay, sell it, executes. So now we're speaking about, hey, should we get a loan for 100, 200,000 and dump that in? So just think about the emotional ride that we've got into, where now hundreds of thousands of dollars is, okay, it's kind of
starting to be like, oh,
risky,
that makes sense.
But it makes sense. Yeah, it's like I could do that. Where maybe someone thinks,
like, what? That is insane.
So I think it's a cool concept, because
a Michael Saylor.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Raising money, millions of dollars, billions of dollars to buy it all on Bitcoin.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's a cool concept that not a lot of people maybe have experienced, or if you've done it, it's a cool club to say, I know exactly what you're talking about. And it's a fun thing. That's why I love speaking to people that are in sports, people that actually have started or tried any type of business or some kind of trading, because there is this community aspect to it that you know exactly what I'm talking about. Mm-hmm. When I say, hey, I woke up in the middle of the night because I thought that thing was going to dip. Like everyone, if you've traded,
I woke up, my heart racing.
You know that feeling.
It sucked.
Yeah. So that's why I think it's a super cool thing to do some of these, because there is a great sense of community in it, that there's a lot of things that you can kind of relate to, right? If someone says, oh yeah, I've done this before.
Yeah. And I think it's kind of just like, you can't teach that. You can't read it in a book.
Yeah.
You cannot get that other than through actually living it, which I think that's the majority of what anything I've ever done that I've been able to actually get better at or try. It hasn't been through a course. It hasn't been through reading a book. You start there, but then to actually get good at something, you have to practice. Right.
And
so
do it.
Yeah. And so that's to me, it's like, you can't teach that process. You just have to do it. And you start by just buying whatever you can $10 for me. It was $300 of Bitcoin, and I was like, I didn't even know if it was real or not, right? Because it's hard to grasp at first. Like, I'm putting in money, and it's gonna be held somewhere, and it's gonna go up or down. It's like, what? Like, it doesn't feel real.
And again, it's hard to explain to somebody the feeling of, I have this bet that I think deep down I know I'm correct.
Yeah.
And everyone's selling, and it sounds stupid, and Bitcoin drops like crazy. And to have the conviction to say, no, I trust myself, I'm going to buy more at that moment. Dude, that again is the one thing that no one does. And it's funny because that moment, there's some kind of emotional toll there. And then if you think about it, why is it easier to buy Bitcoin? My buddy bought it it was at 67 or 68, and he was like, oh dude, it's dipping, I'm gonna sell. I was like, just hold it, man. I had told him what you had happening this, it's not gonna happen sometime, but from here it's gonna go. I was just telling him, just keep it, just keep it, man, because there's some good upside, and you don't have to wait that long. Like, some people have been waiting for a while. I think I have to check if he sold it, but it's easier to buy at that moment than it was a year ago when it was at what?
A year ago was at 30.
At 30.
Yeah.
Why is it easier right now to buy? And even me, I'm like, I'm going to buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
It's so much easier right now. It's crazy. Well, that roller coaster is crazy.
It's a thing where, like, when you go to the store and you are, let's say you're looking for clothes, and you see 20% off on a shirt.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, oh my God, that's amazing. I'm buying the shirt.
Sorry, I don't shop at places that are on sale.
But you.
I'm just kidding. I love
that. That was good.
Shout out Walmart.
Shout out
Dupes, dude.
Shout out Nordstrom, dude. But I'm a Zara guy. I like Zara. Zara for me is like my current. It's like it's in my price point. It's not too crazy, and I think it looks nice, and the quality is nice enough that, to me, that's my current. That's the brand that's like, all right, that's perfect. I haven't tried to go to Nordstrom though. Yeah. Like, I got some things from Nordstrom, but it's still, I mean, yeah, like the stuff there, I'm just like, not yet. Not yet, you know? I'm looking for the sales, dude.
I feel you, man. I feel you. Any last thing that's super awesome about crypto, or some kind of tip that anyone can take?
Yeah, I think with crypto, you can start with any amount.
I love it.
So you can literally take $5. You can take $1 and try buying some Bitcoin, some Ethereum, some Dogecoin.
Yeah.
And have it in a wallet, and you'll see it go up or down. And you can do it from any country. We got to find out how you do it from other countries, because honestly, I don't really know.
It's interesting you say that, because it leads us to the sponsor of this pod. No, man, but you could sponsor this Robinhood insert trading platform. We're putting it out there. But right, wasn't that a good lead up?
The ether.
Wasn't that a good lead up?
Yeah. If you are stuck in the middle of nowhere, you could buy Bitcoin.
But
Starlink.
Yeah. So visit us at ivoandgibran.com.
Let's talk about that, because just really quickly is we are our whole life we've always been learning and always trying to figure out how to build wealth, how to make businesses,
make friends, have an awesome community of people to speak to, right?
Okay, well that's been more recent, really.
I've always wanted that.
I'm saying, like, what have we focused our time on? And it's been business, investing, wealth, and money, and business. So we want to start
being financially stable.
Yeah, financially stable. Just, I mean, we've been very wealth focused and conscious at a younger age than, let's say, like older generations traditionally have been.
Oh, heck yeah.
Especially because nobody in our family really would talk about investing. You know what I mean? It's like, first generation Americans, it's not something that you just grow up with, like your uncle telling you, like, hey, are you investing, or are you buying stocks, right? It's like,
we weren't of the demographic that talks about trusts and here's your 401k idea and here's why.
right. So we have been learning through YouTube, a lot of it.
Yeah, shout out YouTube.
YouTube has been the main thing. But basically what we want to do is we're going to start just like a community, like an online community where we're just going to be talking about the stuff. We're going to be posting what we're doing and just kind of tracking our journey and we just want to connect with other people.
Yeah.
And I think it would be cool for anybody that wants to know, like, if you've never bought any Bitcoin, if you've never bought anything, this is your first time, like, what would be our first time?
Yeah.
And there's so many questions. You don't know what to do. What's a wallet? How do you get it on there? How do you do cold wallet? Right? How do I get some? We're going to just start a group. And if you want to join and you want to learn how to do it, we'll be on there and we'll be, sharing what we know.
Awesome. And to any platform, we're looking for a cool platform to host this on. So we're linking
platform.
We're linking our website, but we're debating, do we do it on Patreon? You like the
concept
concept of school.
Yeah.
There's a few others. So if anybody's listening to this and you think, hey, I've had experience with one of these, or I love supporting, or I'm in a few Patreons and I subscribe to them and it's an awesome experience.
Well, what's a good platform to have a community on?
Yeah.
To grow a community on.
Yeah.
Right?
So
is it, you go for Patreon?
I still think Patreon might be the move, man.
I have no idea, but that would be cool.
Yeah.
So if you're watching this and in the comments, what's a good thing to leave in the comments? What coins are you holding?
Yeah,
what tokens are you holding?
What are you holding? What do you have? What would you want us to talk about? Is there one of these that you want to see behind the scenes of what's an idea to analyze it, or maybe your actual personal strategy of how you analyze one of these? That could be cool. But yeah, feel free to ask anything, and we'll get back to you.
We're pretty much open books.
Yeah.
I want to curse so bad, dude. And that's a wrap.